Okay, Kat, so we're going to go on a little vineyard tour right now. We're going to go see the Daou vines and maybe drive by the house that Daniel lived in when he first moved here and maybe take a peek at our barrel room too. Here we go. Woo-hoo. So I'll take you all up here first. So up here on top of the mountain, this is where our patrimony tasting room will be. And it's a great view. Probably the highest point up here, I would say, on the mountain. Some more of the south side vines back here. So you can kind of see the remnants there. We had a tasting room up here at one point with some of that heavy duty safari tenting. And the wind up here that we get on the mountain was so strong it looked like somebody had vandalized the tent. It had just literally ripped it in two and was demolished.
Wow, and that's where the barrels are, right?
Yeah, that most of that back there is production of the estate wines. You can kind of get a glimpse there at the optical laser sorter. The optical laser sorter is what sorts out all of the grapes that have not ripened completely. So when Daniel purchased it, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2015, and that year was really interesting. On the vintage, the grapes on each cluster, we had some that were ripened completely and perfectly, and then some that weren't ripe at all. So, but they all looked ripe. So Daniel said, "Well, how am I going to pick out the grapes without tasting each one of them individually? How am I going to know, which ones are ripe?" So he purchased that, and then that sent the grapes through. And what happens is you set it has a laser focus on it that could pick out the color closer than the naked eye can. And then it shoots air through the grape, which causes it to get discarded into a barrel. And it'll take care of any leftover stems or leaves or anything like that too, any leftover debris. And so he put the grapes in, and it starts spitting out all these grapes that look perfectly fine. And he goes, "Oh crap, this thing is stupid. It's broken. It doesn't know anything." But sure enough, he went to taste the grape that it had discarded, and he said, "Oh wow, it's bitter. It wasn't right." So it really aided him, that vintage particularly. So you can see here a closer look at our high density planting. The vines are planted closer together, and the rows are planted closer together as well. Daniel does a lot of drops the fruit on the vines to make sure that the clusters that are remaining, that 100% of the ripening and the nutrients are going to those clusters, and they're getting that photosynthesis too from a high canopy. The canopy is about 4 to 5 feet. You can see that it's really quite lengthy, the canopy there on the vines. It's all hand picked as well. You'll pretty much always see our vineyard team out here on the vines doing something. They just got done, you can kind of see closer to the roots, putting some nutrient base back into the soil there. So after harvest, they do that so that the soil gets replenished, right? We always want to put back into the soil what we've taken out. The grapes, we get really silky, beautiful tannins. They're high concentration fruit. I want to pause for 1 second here, because if you look to the right, this property right here, the little mobile home, that's where out here right now, touching up some vines there. We have about 220 acres. 112 of those are under vine. 90 are dedicated to Cabernet Sauvignon. Daniel's focusing on Bordeaux varietal grapes here. And we have a beautiful calcareous soil. So it's a layer first on the top of clay, and underneath that is limestone. So limestone allows for great drainage. It allows us to be dry farming here on the mountain as well. So pause for a second, I'd like to point this out. So this is our estate offices, so HR, accounting, they're all in this home here. And this is where the Hoffmans used to live. Let me back up a little bit. See. Go. So the Mr. and Mrs. Hoffman lived here. And then the gentleman that I mentioned to you, the soil analyst that they had come out in 1970s, Andrei Techlashev, he was a Russian fella, he lived right there in that little tree house, and he took care of the vines for the Hoffman family before this car is coming out. Okay. And up here to the right, this is the original tasting room for the Hoffman family. It's a gravity-fed commercial winery, and the brothers restored it. It's like production's in here right now, but the brothers restored it, and so they now use it for their barrel storage. So Daniel's working with about, I believe, 15 to 18 different cooperages, coveted cooperages from around the world, and getting those barrels. He used all French oak barrels, and especially for our Solva line, it's a particular type of wood. It's called a Bas Rosé. So it's very fine grain wood. It's aged for 22 months, so it's a really slow release on those flavors. He does it with a medium toast as well. So French oak imparts my favorite types of flavors. It's coffee, vanilla. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. Dark chocolate and smoked bacon. Yes. And with the barrel room too, Daniel does, he keeps the temperature at a steady 51 degrees. So it's a little bit cooler than typical barrel room. He does that because he uses very minimal sulfate. So he actually doesn't add any sulfates on the wine to the wine until about 6 to 8 months. So let me see here. I want to take you. So remember Catherine, I want to see if I can make a U-turn. Remember Catherine was talking about the bug hotels?
Yes.
I want to take you over there so you can see one.
Oh.
Yeah. So all the production for Daou wines, whether it's our wholesale, our reserve, our estate, it's all done on Daou Mountain right here. So that's what you're seeing is some of that production happening. I'm going to take you over here. So you get to see our kind of little seasonal water reservoir, little lake here. You know, Paso Robles, it gets pretty hot and pretty dry in the summer months. Switch to photo. So this will be completely dry, but you're here right now in the winter time, so we've had some really nice steady rain. So it's full right now, and we'll get some little ducks sometimes.
Oh, there's the Bug Hotel.
Yeah, there's the Bug Hotel right there. That's where Daniel's garden is too. So, sometimes get some fresh vegetables from there that he might put together for a little platter. And the chickens on the property as well. They're kind of a staff favorite to go and say hello to.
How big is the property total?
Well, you know what? They just purchased more acreage. So I'm not sure now on the total number of acres. But when I started in July, they were at, I believe, about 220. So I'm not sure on the purchasing of the acreage back there. I'm not sure how much more they purchased. Are all olive trees right here, reminding the brothers of back home in Beirut, Lebanon, their grandfather's olive tree orchard. And we do harvest the olives, and we have an estate olive oil. It's incredible,
wonderful.
right?
Oh.
You know, do you ever get like ripe bananas sometimes when you taste it?
Yes.
Yeah. Weather, huh? Yeah. It's pretty beautiful, this view right now. It's pretty clear, so you can see really far out. We're only 14 miles from the ocean, but sometimes when the cloud cover comes in, you really can't see that mountain ridge over there, but the clouds look like the ocean.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like almost like when you drive up to Big Sur, you know, and you see all the like cloud cover, you feel like you're in the clouds. So that was a very quick. I didn't want to like give too much here because I think you might come back and do a tour, you know.
Yeah.
And so next time you'll get to like drive up into the vines and you know, maybe go inside the barrel room.